The shield's almost gone again. This is it.
This is it, boys.
It's just Torbjorn on the right, left, wherever. He's almost dead. He's almost dead. He's gone.
You guys
Oh my God.
I'm gonna push up.
All right. This is it. It's game over.
Yes. That was dope, dude.
What is going on, everybody? This is Overwatch, and we're going to be playing Zarya for this gameplay. Now, Zarya is my most used character. I have over a day play with her just to show you guys how much I love her. I think she is a very good tank and very underrated. Pretty hard to use, the most difficult to use out of the tanks. The problem with Zarya is that people don't understand how to manage her damage, her barriers, and know when to get out of the situation, when you can tank some moves, when you can't tank some moves. The first time I saw Zarya glow red, meaning that she's fully charged by the way, I thought it meant that she was on fire, and I thought she was the only character in the game that had a visual cue indicating that she was on fire. I found it strange that she was the only character out of 21 that would have this, but actually reading up on Zarya and actually understanding her, I realized that that just meant that she had a lot of damage coming her way. So the first time playing Zarya and not even understanding how she worked, I thought she was god-awful. Her damage without giving any charge, it is some of the lowest in the game and really, really terrible. But even having just, let's say, a 25% charge, it actually does a lot to the damage. So understanding that, how our barriers worked, that's how I started to fall in love with Zarya. Now I want you guys to pay close attention to my demeanor as the game starts. You guys can see that I stay still for like 2 seconds. This was to bait Reinhardt using his L1 move, I think it is. I was waiting for Reinhardt to do that, but nobody shot me. So I just put the barrier on because I knew somebody eventually. I saw Farah shoot up, but I didn't even look at her, to make it seem like I didn't know what was going on. That's how I play Zarya. Basically make my team, well, not my team, but the enemy team kind of confused because we're about 4 or 5 weeks into Overwatch release. People are hip to how Zarya works. They know that you don't shoot her with the barrier up. And they know that you don't just see Zarya and shoot her right away because she could just put a barrier up right as you see her. So they wait for the barrier to go away, then that's when they shoot you. You can see D.Va, she's running away. She's shooting me a lot, even though she sees my barrier up. The thing is with D.Va, Zarya and D.Va, it's no competition. Zarya beats D.Va in every situation. Reason being because one, Zarya's gun does more damage than D.Va's, at least 50% charge. Also, D.Va can't block Zarya's gun. At least the primary fire. She can, however, block the secondary fire, but you won't want to do that when you're playing against D.Va since she can't block the primary fire. So that's a bad matchup altogether. Now you can see I'm really high charge, putting my barriers, using my barriers at the right time. One thing with Zarya, I'd say, is it's not too difficult as you might think to actually manage your barriers and the damage you can output. A lot of times I might see a Hanzo dragon coming in and actually put my barrier on it. You can actually build damage from actually just like, let's say you're spawning and you see the dragon going off the map, but it's still a little piece on it. A lot of times I put my barrier on just to get the damage soaked up from that little Hanzo ult. It actually works. I do that against Junkrat, any kind of ult I see. Like let's say D.Va ults, and D.Va ult, maybe I think it takes like 4 or 5 seconds to go off. It's a really good ult to build damage for Zarya because I could just look at the ult and watch it explode and watch my damage output go to at least 50% more. So that's the thing with Zarya. You just gotta really just manage how you use your barriers. You want to stay in your opponent's face too. As you guys can see, I push up a little bit, then I push back. The reason I push up is to get them to shoot at me so I can get damage done. I look at the teammate, see if he's around, I put a barrier on him. Now I keep getting my charge up to a really high percentage, doing a lot of damage on Reinhardt. Even though he has a Harmony Orb on him, he's gone. So that's how you want to play Zarya. Stay in the face, get him to shoot at you. A lot of people don't want to shoot at you, but if you're in their face and you're doing damage to them, they have no choice but to shoot at you or decide to die in hopes that their teammate can kill you. That's how you want to play Zarya. Stay in the enemy's face. The shield only actually has 200 HP. It's very low. And Zarya has the lowest health out of any tank in the game. I got pinned right here. Thank God we had 2 double Zaryas, but too bad. Yeah, I'm pretty much dead. The shield only has 200 HP. I had like 2-3 guys on me. Didn't work out that well. But Blake awesome barrier on my teammate right there. Now right here, you see me look back. Reason being is because I'm telling Blake to put a barrier on me. We got double Zarya. He put a barrier on me. He has charge. I put a barrier on him. I have charge. Now Blake got trapped, so there's no help for him. There's like 5 enemy teammates there, so there's no help for him. But that's a really good strategy. Double Zarya, it's a really great strategy, guys. I don't know how well in a comparison is double Winston to double Zarya, but understand this: double Zarya is really good. Once you guys manage your barriers, you communicate well, you just go up to your opponent, you tell your friend, put a barrier on me, I'll get you some charge. You do the same, put a barrier on you. This was a terrible ult. He just got the beat. I heard him got the beat. I don't know why I ulted there. It's terrible ult. And right here I thought it was dead. There's 4 guys. Reinhardt, at least I can see 4. I only have 1 teammate. He's gone now. Reinhardt's dead though. I don't think you noticed how fully charged that was. The barrier has a limited range to it, so you can't just stay like 50 meters away and put a barrier on somebody. So you have to stay at least close to your teammates and close enough to your enemies. That's how Zarya works. Close to your teammates, close enough to your enemies. What we see here is a really hard push from our team, but it's uncoordinated. Now I want to tell you guys another mistake. I ulted right here, but I only focused on the Hanzo. Big mistake because there was a healer and a Junkrat. The healer was more important, way more important than the Hanzo, but I didn't actually realize that both of them were still alive. So my mistake, big mistake, I want to point it out and leave it in the video so you guys can see that this is filled with mistakes in this video, even though my charge has been, I've been doing really good at managing my barriers, and that's one of the reasons I want you guys to see this gameplay, just to show you guys how you use your barriers to stay max charged. So again, Zarya does, I think she's the highest DPS character with the fully charged. Actually, I think Bastion beats her out when he's in his what is it called, machine gun mode, I call it that. But besides for Bastion, she actually the highest DPS, so she can actually deal with Reinhardt's shield pretty well as well. So right here you see me going head on into Junkrat. Now Junkrat didn't have much options. 1, I already got him half health because he didn't know I was there, but 2, I had my barrier, so, and you see me put it on. He didn't have a choice. Either he shoot me, he die, or he dies. It's his only choice. Same thing with Diva. I cornered her. I waited till I had my barrier. I cornered her. I put my barrier on. She has no options once again. Either she shoot me or she dies. So who's Zarya strong against? I'd say every single character in the game. She can deal with Tracer by predicting where Tracer is going to blink to and using her secondary fire to blast Tracer to hell. She can deal with McCree by dealing with the flashbangs, soaking up the damage using her barrier. She can deal with basically everyone. Who's she weak against? She's not weak against anyone specifically, but I would say a tough matchup is Bastion and Reaper. Reason being, Reaper does a lot of damage with his shotgun, and Zarya isn't a particularly small character model. But it is a fair fight between Zarya and Reaper. You can actually do a lot of damage. Reaper doesn't have any crazy high health, and again she does a shit ton of damage. Reason I said Bastion because if you go head on towards a Bastion, most of the time they're gonna win even if you're fully charged, but you do have a really good chance of actually beating them out. You guys do close to the same amount of damage, to be honest, just that Bastion's fire rate is a lot faster and he can actually score headshots you cannot. So that's why I say Bastion can actually beat you out. Even if you do put a barrier on you, he can still beat you out. But that's about it. I'd say that's her only weaknesses as far as heroes. But that's how I play Zarya. Those are my tips for Zarya so you can get good with her. I thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.
Thank you.